Hey kids! Part 2. Alright, so my egg noodles are ready. I've turned it off. I'm going to get 2 paper towels. I use a lot of paper towels. To take this out of the pot and set it on the floor. It will stay hot for hours. This thing is amazing. Walmart. Rice pot. Okay, so now, while I was on break, I'm watching Alfred Hitchcock. Sorry. I love Alfred Hitchcock. Plug this in. My eyes are burning from chopping onions. I've opened my vent over there, let some. And any other drivers in the vicinity are going to be jealous. They're going to be smelling this garlic and onions. Oh, I know sometimes I've woken up in the mornings and smelled bacon. I'm like, oh. And you better believe it, I have bacon and eggs in my refrigerator and some sausage in the freezer. I am going to cook bacon and eggs. I love a day off when I can sleep all night, wake up in the morning, cook bacon and eggs, and have bagels with cream cheese and some orange juice, watching movies, and stay in my pajamas the whole time, and just go back to sleep. I know God is good when I have a day like that. I wish I could have Sundays off, but I know God understands when I can't. Sometimes you have to work on Sundays. My allergies out here, it's like from state to state. It varies. So one day I'm going to be sneezing. Kentucky is the one state where I don't have any problems with coughing and sneezing and sniffling and burning eyes and runny nose. Kentucky is the only state where I don't suffer. But you're talking Florida, Indiana, I don't know. It's just, and now, springtime, everything's so green and beautiful. Oh, I love this time of year. Everything's new. But you see 3 inches of pollen on every vehicle, and you know, you're done. You're toast. It's all over. All right, kids. We got butter in the skillet. First thing I'm gonna do is put these garlic and onions in here. And this is where everybody in the truck stop's gonna start freaking out. Cause I'm at Love's and there's an Arby's here. But Arby's doesn't smell this good. And they're gonna be like, where is this coming from? I know, I've been there. I've been in the truck stops. I'm like, what do I smell? I know it's not this place. And then I'm like, oh, it's a truck driver cooking his dinner. All right, so I'm watching my inverter. If you turn it up too high, but I'm good. It's a factory installed inverter that came with the truck. I got this truck 3 years ago. Had 7 miles on it. Everything was still wrapped in plastic. I shared that video. I might reshare it. This is garlic and onions and butter. And while I was on break from you, I chopped up my sausage. This is a beef and cheddar sausage that Love sells. And I love it. My grandson loves it. When I go home, I take it. I make sure I always have a package on the truck when I go home so we can have it for breakfast in the mornings. He loves it. It's good stuff. We are going to cook the onions and garlic until they are clear. A little bit of olive oil, never hurts. Just a smidget. I use real butter. All my life I used, what's it called? The crock? Butter crock? It's 40% vegetable oil. I didn't know. Who knew? But anyway, it's real butter. I use stick butter, real butter. I use salted butter. We need salt. You don't need too much, a little bit. At the restaurants, I take the salt shaker, shake it into my hand, and then take it and then dump the rest of it in the garbage. You don't need too much salt. It's sodium. It will cause inflammation. Yeah. I demonstrated that to my son-in-law at a restaurant one time when I went home. We were having breakfast. Perkins, I think. And he's like, well, it has the 3 little holes. I'm like, yeah, it's too much. The salt that comes out, it's too much. You don't need that much. If you're somebody who works out in the sun all day, my father, hunting man, fishing, working all day, working in the sun, come home, work in the garden at night, you need salt. He didn't intake enough salt, so he took salt tablets recommended by the doctor. But anyway, you need salt, you just don't need too much. Everything in moderation. Right? Right. Is that right? Is that right? I've been watching this guy, his name is Anton Daniels. And he plays other videos from people on TikTok and Instagram and whatever. And then he comments on it and he asks for your opinion, right? But he's so funny. When somebody says or does something that's like, what? He like looks at the camera with his eyes like, I don't know if I can do it. He's like looking at you like, what? Did you just hear that? Do you believe that? It's awesome. I don't know. You have favorites. YouTube. People that talk on YouTube about doing good on YouTube. Watch the news. And I gotta quit watching the news. It will affect you. You have got to, if you're watching the news, get off of it. There were years that I went without watching the news. I remember, let's see, my son is 48. So 41 years ago, I moved to Orlando, Florida from Mobile, Alabama. And I couldn't believe it. The first 15 minutes of the news was the crack epidemic. People on the news were ODing, they were like convulsing, they were being taken to the hospital, they were dying. The crack, I'm like, what? Look, I had my years. and I partied recreationally. But I had never heard of crack. I was 25 and I had never heard of crack. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, wow, this is bad. And I'm like, the first 15 minutes of the news every night was this shit. This shenanigans, this sugar. I mean, and that's when I quit watching the news. The pandemic brought me back to watching the news. I was absorbed. I was hooked. You know what? And now, it was better than Netflix. When Trump became president, okay, whatever. I canceled Netflix. I am absorbed. And I have got to get unabsorbed. Get unabsorbed. Get off of it. No more news. No more news. Okay. And so that's my rant. Thank you for listening. I love you. All right, the onions are clear. The garlic is cooked. Time for the sausage to go in. Sausage goes in. Turn it up a little bit more. Put the lid on. My lid is like, nope, that's not gonna work. Plastic knife, nope, nope, nope. Turn it, tighten it. My lid is wompy. Oh no, I did not. Yes, I just did. All right, lid good. I just snapped the tip end of my knife, trying to use it like a screwdriver. I know I cough too much. I smoke cigarettes. What can I say? I started smoking when I was 7. It's real and it's true. I'm not lying. 7 years old. I remember I woke up that morning and I opened my eyes and I said, I'm gonna dress in all white today. So I went to my dresser and I got white shorts and a white shirt and white socks and my white Keds. And I got dressed. And I know Mom and Dad were at work and Mona, my older sister, was home and she was watching us, and there was me and the twins who were 16 months younger, and then Ruth, who was 4 months younger than me. So Mona was watching all of us. But I was out in the street, and the curb, the gutter that goes between the street and the sidewalk, where the water runs down, and I saw a cigarette butt. And I knew it was my dad's. And I thought, I wonder if you relit a cigarette butt, if you could smoke it. So I ran upstairs to my dad's bedroom dresser and I got the matches, came back down, and I struck the match and I lit it, and I'm like, it smokes. You know what? I think I'm gonna start smoking. I'm 7, right? It was the summer. Ran upstairs, got my allowance money. My allowance money in 1967 was 35 cents a week. I don't know how much that was. I didn't know how much a pack of cigarettes was. But I walked. And there was a new convenience store. It was an old service station that was becoming a new service station, but it wasn't built yet. So I walk. And it was at least a half mile, maybe a mile. Walked and walked down the main interstate, the highway. It was like, not an interstate, it was 2-lane highway out of the neighborhood. Walked and walked. Got there. Cigarette machine was in the parking lot. Just like it always was. So I looked at it, and it said 35 cents. I'm like, great, that's how much I have. That's my allowance. So I put the 35 cents in the machine, and I'm looking at the machine. I'm like, what kind of cigarettes do I want to smoke? And I looked and looked. And I'm like, oh, Salem's. So I chose Salem's. I put my 35 cents in the machine, my quarter, my dime, and I pulled the lever, and the Salem's came out. And I opened the pack, and I lit one. And I smoked all the way home, the whole, however long it was to get home. I smoked. It was a busy 2-lane highway. Nobody, a 7-year-old girl walking down the street smoking a cigarette, and nobody stopped, nobody said anything. I walked home. I don't know what happened to that pack of cigarettes after I got home. I don't know if my parents, I don't remember what I did with it. But I was smoking regularly by the time I was 13. Oh my goodness. The stories are endless when you're 65. Oh. Look at that steam. Okay, the sausage is cooking. Onions and garlic are perfect. I just, the sausage is already fully cooked, so whatever. Just heat it through. Just heat it through. And you know what? When I get done with dinner, I have cookies and milk for dessert. Cabbage going in. Cabbage going in. And of course, and wouldn't you know it, I'm going to drizzle it with olive oil. Okay, and lid. Inverter's doing good. I know I coughed too much on my video this morning when I was doing my pre-trip. And I know you couldn't see anything but my shadow. I'm working on it. I gotta fix my phone where I've had the worst trouble with this wireless windshield mount. I mean, I put it and I can see 75% of my hood and 25% of the view. I've tried to put it over here. I've tried to put it over here. I've taken it down and I can't figure it out. So I'll keep working at it. This truck I got 3 years ago is different. The dash is deep. Not like the older Freightliners, like the 16s and 17s and 18s, where when I had my dash mount, it was perfect. But I don't know, this truck is different. It's 3 years now. 300 and I don't know. Oh! I've gone from 7 miles to 336,000 miles. So I've been trucking it. Dinner's almost ready. me remember when I was a kid. We'd be outside playing the lightning bugs, you know, making rings. And Mom would stick her head out the front door and yodel. It was the most embarrassing thing I can ever remember in my life. We hid. Our friends were like, "Is that your mom?" "Yeah, that's my mom." I can't yodel. I'm not even going to try. But my mom could yodel. And she yodeled loud. And when she yodeled, that meant come in the house. And you didn't mess around. You came in the house so that she would stop yodeling. Yep, it's a true story. I love her. She was 88 when she passed away 3 years ago. And I miss her. Alright, where's dinner? Oh, look at that cabbage. You know what? I'm just gonna have to show you. There it is. Garlic and onions, beef and cheddar sausage, and cabbage. Look at how green and crispy. And that cabbage is going to be crunchy. Yep. Bear with me, I'm working on this. I will get better at this. Well, I guess I want you to see me while I'm talking, but I'm going to show you my food. Sizzling, sizzling. I don't know why, for some reason, it makes me think of that song, "Doggies, doggies, doggies, get them doggies rolling." I know, I can be silly. It's okay, isn't it? I don't need a copyright to sing that song, do I? Dinner's ready. Oh. Paper plates. I thought about getting real plates, but you know what? You gotta wash it. It's just another thing to wash. And I'm just not doing it. Save your brain. Save your energy. Use paper plates and plastic forks and plastic silverware. I do, however, I remember watching one video that I made, trying to fry bacon with a plastic fork. I mean, don't do that. Unplug it. When you're done, unplug it. There's not much leftovers. That might be one more dinner. Alright, kids. Here's the test. Wait, that spoon. I love food. I love good food. And when you buy your own food and you cook it, it's cheaper. Never forget the pandemic. A lot of restaurants lost their ass. Mom and pops were boarded up. They were done. But you know, it's one thing when you're a restaurant, and this is just my opinion. When the pandemic was over and they jacked up all their prices from $9.99 a meal to $17.99 a meal. And all those jackwagons saying, "I'm not making enough. I want $12 an hour. I want $15 an hour." Well, you know what? When I was a server, the minimum wage in Florida was $4.19, and then you made tips. And if you were a good server, you could make $15, $20 an hour. But you had to be a good server. Now they go in and they're paid $12 an hour. I don't feel justified in tipping. And so therefore, I don't go. Because I'm not going to tip a server that makes $12 an hour. I'm just not. I've been a server. I've been a waitress. I've been a bartender. Not doing it. So I don't go. If you're not going to tip, then don't go. And that's my motto. So I started cooking on the truck. Not going to a restaurant, any restaurant, and pay $25 to $30 for a processed meal that's full of sodium and God knows whatever else. Just not. Take care of yourself. You gotta be healthy. You gotta live a long life. Love you.